Hello, and welcome to this video tutorial that demonstrates how to initiate a journal entry in the General Ledger module of the RIFANS system. The first step is to go to your Oracle navigation screen and double-click on the selection Journals. On the next screen, click on the New Journal button. This will bring you to a new screen on which you must first assign a name to your journal entry in the yellow field at the top. In general, a journal entry name will begin with a capital J. The J is followed by the last two digits of the state fiscal year in which you wish the journal entry to be posted. In this example, I am using 15 to indicate that the journal entry will be posted in the state fiscal year ending on June 30th, 2015. These two digits are followed by the three digits assigned to your agency in the RIFANS chart of accounts. In this example, I am using 068 to indicate that my agency is the state's Department of Administration. These three digits are followed by the three initials of your name. If you happen not to have a middle name, just use an X in the second position. In this example, I am using my own initials, SAB. These three letters are followed by the next three-digit sequential number in the personal log that you will be keeping of all journal entries that you have initiated in the current fiscal year. In this example, I am entering 090. To indicate that this is the 90th journal entry I am initiating in the current fiscal year. My journal entry number in this example, J15068 SAB 090, is now complete. Next, in the white description field, you are required to give a brief but meaningful description of the reason you are preparing this journal entry. If applicable, this is the place to enter the document number or journal entry number of a previously posted transaction that you now wish to adjust. In this example, I am typing in to adjust line 20 of journal entry J15068 JSL 178. Next, select the appropriate category for the journal entry. You can see the full list of valid journal entry categories in RIFANS by clicking in the yellow category field and looking at the List of Values drop-down menu. In this example, I will click on Adjustment to assign that as my journal category. Next, note that the yellow period field has automatically defaulted to the accounting period that we are currently in. If it is more appropriate that the journal post in a different open period, you may click on the List of Values button to call up an accounting period that is more appropriate, say July 2015. Going back to the current accounting period, you will see that the yellow effective date field has automatically defaulted to the current date. If you wish to change the date to a different one within the same accounting period, you may simply override the default date with the new one, again by calling up the calendar on the drop-down menu. If you want an effective date that falls within a different period, however, you must first change the period, as described before, and then change the effective date. The effective date must fall within the period selected. This completes the information that is required to be entered in the top half or header section of the journal entry. Next, click on the light blue Other Information tab. On the next screen, fill in your name and office phone number in the white reference field. This is so that the next person up in the general ledger approval hierarchy will be able to contact you if he or she has any questions regarding this journal entry. Next, click on the light blue Lines tab to get back to the previous screen. You are now ready to enter data in the bottom half of the new journal screen. Enter 10 as the first line number. This will ensure that all subsequent line numbers will be assigned in increments of 10. Enter the first account number either by typing it directly in the field or by clicking on the List of Values button and typing it in segment by segment and clicking the OK button. If an account code combination you try to enter is not acceptable in RIFANS, either because one or more segments of the combination have not been set up in the system, or because the combination as entered violates a RIFANS cross-validation rule, or for some other reason, you will see a message to that effect. After a valid account code combination has been entered, enter the dollar amount in either the debit or the credit field as appropriate. Note that the description field for the line has been automatically populated with the same description as the description field in the header section of the journal entry. If you wish, you may override the description on the line with a more precise description for that line. If your agency uses cost centers, you may then tab over to the next field to enter a cost center number. As with typing in an account number, you may either type it in directly or use the List of Values button to find and click on the one you want. When you have finished entering everything you wish to enter in the first line, hit the down arrow on your keyboard if necessary to bring you to the next line. Note that the number assigned automatically to the new line is 20. You can copy any field within the Lines section to the next line by putting the cursor in the field you wish to copy to, by pressing the Shift and F5 keys on your keyboard simultaneously. At any point in the process of initiating a journal entry, you may save your work by clicking on the Save icon at the top of the screen. If the total debits at that point do not equal the total credits, RIFANS will point this out to you and ask if you wish to save the journal entry anyway. You may actually wish to save an unbalanced journal entry at this point, if you plan to stop working on it for a while and finish it up later. But in general, you should only save journal entries whose total debits equal total credits. So I am not going to save this journal until I enter the final balancing line. Now the journal entry is in balance, and I will click on the Save icon. A message has appeared that says the transaction is complete and it has been saved. Once your journal entry is complete, you must always save it before proceeding further. Next, click on the Reserve Funds button at the bottom of the screen. If no line on the journal entry will cause an account to overspend the current balance in its budget appropriation, you will get a message saying that the journal entry has passed reservation. You may then proceed to the next step. If, however, the message reads that the entry has not passed reservation, then the journal entry cannot be processed further until the budget issue has been resolved. If the journal entry has passed reservation, click on the Approve button at the bottom of the screen. If you get a message telling you that the journal entry has been forwarded to an approver, then all is well and your work in initiating the journal entry is done. If, however, there is a cash sufficiency problem related to any line in the journal entry, you will get a message that your journal entry cannot be approved. In this case, you can go to your Oracle work list to see a notification that will tell you which line or lines on your journal entry caused it to be rejected. Once you have approved your journal entry, it may still be rejected at any point along the RIFANS approval hierarchy. If this happens, you will receive a notice in your work list stating that your journal entry has been rejected and by whom. In such cases, the person who rejected the journal entry will usually have included his or her reasons for having rejected it. Your options at this point are to either modify the journal entry or to cancel it outright. To modify a rejected journal entry that has been returned to you, simply call it up by going to the navigation screen and double-clicking on Journal. On the next screen, enter the journal entry number in the journal field and click on the Find button. When the journal entry comes up, by reviewing Journal, select the Unreserved Funds button and modify the journal entry as necessary. Then click on the Save icon, the Reserve Funds button, and the Approve button. To cancel a rejected journal entry that has been returned to you, again call it up by going to the navigation screen, double-clicking on Journal, entering the journal entry number, and clicking on the Find button. When the journal entry comes up, select the Unreserved Funds button. Change the journal entry category to Cancellation. Next, change every dollar amount in the journal entry to 0.00 and click on the Save icon. However, unlike in the case of a modification of a journal entry, you must be sure not to reserve or approve a cancellation journal entry after saving it. Saving the journal entry is the final step in the process of canceling a journal entry. This concludes the presentation on initiating a journal entry in the Rifan system. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video.